Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is the Apostate Prophet. I hope everybody is having a fantastic little day and night and time and all that. How is everybody doing? For some reason, that intro music took forever this time. I don't know why.
Took a whole minute.
It took
Whole
a
minute.
That's insane, man. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. What's up, man? I'm being joined by two people here. One of them goes by the name the Islamic Delimitator. The other one goes by the name of Inspiring Philosophy, also known as Michael Jones, the hero of the day. Mike, what's up? How you doing?
What's up, man?
So,
Doing good.
How's he the hero?
What, you think you are the hero?
I didn't say anyone's the hero. I'm just saying what makes him the hero.
We're reviewing my debate against when I took on.
Well, yeah, we haven't reviewed it yet. You could be the
Yeah.
villain for all we know.
I know what I did. I know I did well. They're coping so hard, man. They did horrible, man. They presented no evidence Islam is better. Anytime they tried to present evidence that Islam is better, I turned it on them.
What was the topic?
Which is better for humanity, Islam or Christianity? And they had absolutely nothing. It was bad. They gave absolutely nothing to show that Islam was better, and they just spent the whole time on
And it
defense.
was-
Or for them, and they're on defense the whole time.
4-on-1. Well,
Not in that sense.
in Islam, you have to work your way up to 30-on-1 to show you're a real man.
Nice. This is a very, very funny thing. I just saw a chat by somebody as we already starting out. By the way, hello to everybody else watching here. Thanks for coming. God bless y'all. Here, Black Muslim Reward. I'm not sure if this is a serious comment, but it says there is no child marriage in Islam. There is strict rule to reduce harm, so it's impossible in Islam. I just wonder where you get this rule from, to this strict rule to reduce harm. Does it come from
Where are you getting from?
Quran? Where does it
Is
come
that in the Quran? Show us that in the Quran. If not, show us that in the Hadith. And it better be stronger and better attested and more numerous than the more than 200 Hadiths we have saying Aisha was 9 years old when Muhammad consummated the marriage with her. And it better, whatever Hadith you find, it better be more powerful than the Quran, which allows child marriage. Yeah, I'm wondering if this guy's...
Either way, he just condemned his fake prophet, because there's no possible world where Muhammad did not biologically harm Aisha, because there's no possible world where you can have sex with a 9-year-old and not cause harm in some way. So there's no way around it.
Is the person who said this, that there is a strict rule in Islam that you must reduce harm, is that person by any chance called John Muhammad Saeed Stewart Millullah? Is that his name? Can you please clarify this for us, dear Mr. Black Muslim Revert? Is it called the halal harm principle? Can you please enlighten us on that? Where the heck do people get these things from, man? I don't understand. So, anyway, today we are going to review a debate that happened between Mr. Inspiring Philosophy and 4 Muslims, in which, as I have heard, as it has been relayed to me, Inspiring Philosophy has been completely destroyed and humiliated.
That's
Totally. Yep, totally. The funny thing about this is this was the 4th conversation of the day. So Dr. Nasser debated Avery in the morning, and then we did 2 3 verse 3s, which one has come out. The one is probably going to come out next week. That one was on the Islamic dilemma. And then this was the last conversation of the day. It was supposed to be a 1v5. There's supposed to be 5 Muslims against me in this one. But when we set up, we're all like, hey, there's only 4. Who's missing? And then I said, yeah, where's Cora? Cora was supposed to be the 5th Muslim. She was in town. She was in her hotel. She was live on TikTok, but she didn't come.
hiding.
She was.
You're hiding, girl. You're hiding. Hey, check
Now,
out this.
real quick, we didn't know who was going to be there until we got there, and we found out who was supposed to be there. So they didn't know it was going to be Avery and myself. They knew Belle was going to be there. They didn't know it was going to be Avery and myself. So it looks really suspicious.
Oh, like they were watching to see who showed up, and then wrong guys to mess with.
Yep. And then Cora did not come. So it ended up being a 1 verse 4, which is kind of sad because I was looking forward to taking on Cora as well. But yeah, she didn't show up.
You're hiding, boy. You're hiding.
Anyway,
Oh, I just wanted that. I just pulled up that hadith just because it's got the Quran. You got the Quran there and the hadith. So notice the chapter heading: giving one's young children in marriage is permissible. But a Muslim just said there's no child marriage, huh? Giving one's young what? Grown-ups? No, children in marriage is permissible. Young children. So not even like grown-up children. Huh. Young children. Why? By virtue of the statement of Allah. And for those who have no monthly courses, no monthly period, i.e. they are still immature, that's Surah 65, verse 4 of the Quran, which apparently was abrogated from your Quran, but not from every other Quran on the planet. And the iddah for the girl before puberty, that's how long she has to wait before she can marry another guy after the first guy who had sex with her divorces her. Notice it's the girl before puberty. So this is about how long a guy has to wait to remarry her after her first husband divorces her. She has to wait 3 months, not till puberty. She has to wait 3 months. And as an example of marrying a prepubescent girl, we've got Sahih al-Bukhari 5133 narrated Aisha that the Prophet wrote the marriage contract with her when she was 6 years old. There's no marriage, there's no child marriage. And he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old. There's no child marriage in Islam. It's a lie from the kuffar who went back in time and put this in there over 200 times. And then she remained with him for 9 years, i.e. till his death. This is how you guys are starting? Seriously?
well, to be fair, this all of this was written between the 7th and the 9th, 10th centuries, which was long before Black Muslim revert came and reformed the religion.
Oh, okay.
That's
That's a good
true.
point.
Very powerful.
Yeah. So, let me take a few super chats here. The White Trash Panda. Why should we listen to a guy from a country named after Thanksgiving dinner?
That's a good point. I wonder
That
that
is a
myself.
very, very good point. I'm not sure who you're talking about, but that's a very good point. Adamo12 says, AP, is the desk okay? Oh, yeah. And how about you? The desk is completely broken and can no longer be used.
And so is AP.
I actually injured myself again. I'm actually in great pain today because so I'm moving and doing things, and for years I have done this without any problems.
How are
But
you alive? Tell me
for
that.
some reason, the last few days have been very, very bad to me. I took a photo of my foot this morning, and it was just like 2 holes in my foot.
Allah is punishing him. Allah.
So the other day I fell down. I fell down while I was climbing on my desk, which was already kind of not really properly assembled and also cheap, and it broke and it stabbed me, and I had a little bit of a bruise and all that, and it's kind of swollen. And yesterday I got some new screws to screw things and hang things up, not in the Zut sense. And I saw that one of the screws was on the floor yesterday, and I thought that looks dangerous. I should remove that, but I didn't. So this morning, as I was trying to go grab something, I stepped directly with my foot on that screw, and it just went. Good thing it was not a very big screw. It was a small one like this, and like this, and it went halfway into my foot, and then there was blood everywhere. Had to clean up, and then decided, my foot feels kind of weird. I should probably go to some care, and they cleaned it up and gave me a tetanus shot. And now I have also pain on my shoulder, pain everywhere. I'm kind of barely alive right now. So
is whining a Turkish thing as well? Like,
yes, it is. The mule says, "Hello, Ivory, Ovary, and Pink Wingery." Man, that was good. And also said, "God bless." Thank you. Catholic S'mores. My faith was shaken by a mustard seed today.
It's just, they're like all like try to coordinate attacks, and they keep posting all over X and TikTok.
That's what I mean. It's like, do I seriously have to make a video response to this stupid argument?
did.
But then like tons of them will be posting it. Oh, there's no answer for the mustard seed dilemmas. Like, how stupid are you guys?
Oh, that was Cora, wasn't it?
I did a video on this like 3 years ago.
I saw it from King Dawa, but then I saw it from like 3 other people and stuff. So it's like stupid.
Oh.
Yeah, I did a video on this like 3 years ago. It's so stupid because Jesus is clearly talking about a planter, like a farmer, like someone in Palestine at that time, a farmer when he has all his seeds, and the smallest of those seeds is the mustard seed. So like if you take it in context, it's talking about a farmer in Palestine, which would be the smallest seed for him. The mustard seed.
I have to interrupt you for a second. I have a strict rule not to refer to that land as Palestine due to current circumstances.
Yeah,
My
good point.
mistake.
You can say in the land of Israel or in the Holy Land or something,
AP.
or in Jerusalem somewhere. I don't know.
I got you, man. I got you. Thanks. Oh, and that's
Continue.
one thing, right?
Wait,
It's
wait. IP was talking, man. Wait.
he was done. He said it was the smallest seed that any farmer there would be familiar with, not the smallest seed in the world. But you could argue differently and just say hyperbolic language. If I say, "Oh my goodness, this is the dumbest of all arguments," I'm not actually saying you can't possibly find a dumber argument. I'm saying it's a really, really, really dumb argument.
It's very
Anyway.
That's true. That's true. Anyway, RP, maybe Mo has. Oh yeah. So I was going to point out, considering that they seem to have these coordinated talking points and attacks on against Christianity and all that, and they seem to do it like they seem to harp on the same topic all at once. It seems to me that they are all getting the message, getting the signal. Hey guys, it's time to talk. This week we must talk about this. This month we shall talk about this. And where do they get that message from? From organizations that fund them, that support them. And who is behind those organizations? Obviously, Israel. Mossad is telling the Muslims to attack. No, I don't know. It's probably Qatar or some crap. IP maybe Mo had a 1.8, so no harm to Aisha, and that is a strong argument. I must say that. So.
It is. He had a small PP, which is the only explanation for how he could not have harmed her. Makes total sense to me.
That's true. In light of recent events, should we table this review? How are you and the desk, AP? I heard it let you down. I'm hereby banning you. You're banned. Thank you. Michael James. Wait a minute. What did you say? Apostle of Allah, but 9-year-olds were fully developed like 20-year-olds. That's true. That's
very
true.
Powerful.
And shout out to Apostle of Allah. We were on her channel yesterday, but IP wasn't because he's a traitor.
Yeah, sorry, I've been had a bunch of family stuff to do.
Okay, he's not a traitor. Smile to Jahannam says, was the mustard seed an adult? Yes. What's up, Smile to Jahannam? The white trash panda, get David and Luke to build you a real desk. Stop using IKEA garbage. It's not IKEA garbage, it's Amazon garbage. It's worse. Yes. Branka says, AP, Turkey versus Australia in the World Cup today. Will you be supporting the Aussies? Yes, I will. I will indeed. It's kind of late here, the match, so I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be watching it, but I am totally supporting. For this one time ever in my life am I supporting Australians, and I will repent for that later on, but it's because it's against Turkey. So NorCal Global, the Ethnogenic Church of Enoch. The Entheogenic Church of Enoch is the new branch of Judaism connecting the Book of Enoch to preserving Western culture against Islam, astrology, and psychedelics. Cannabis was founded on Jewish altars from 2,800 years ago. I don't even know what's happening here in the super chat.
This is wild. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds ridiculous.
Does anybody know what's happening here in the super chat?
No. Sounds made up.
Okay, good. But thank you. Kit Kat, what's up, Kit Kat? Kit Kat. Lucia, can we start a GoFundMe for the desk? I will always help victims of abuse. I'm banning you here. Grapes to Jenna. AP, lucky he stepped on a Mo-sized screw. That's a good point. Anyway, now let's talk a little bit about the video. About the video. Apostle of Allah said, IP isn't a traitor. AP family is more important. Well, what I say goes here. So, let's go. AP all banged up, not in the Zoot sense. True. Thank you for the clarification. All right then.
So we're not talking about which we think is more moral. We're not talking about the things that
Islam. Is Christianity better for society than Islam?
Yes.
Yes. All right, we're done. Thanks, everybody.
Boom. That's good. Boom.
That's a wrap.
Anything else, David?
Stay away from Islam.
Stay away from Islam. Bye-bye. How funny.
I obviously say yes. And when we assert that, we have to, I'm hoping.
Wait,
that
who
it
are you
leads
up against?
on several topics.
Some
Things-
random sheik from like Las Vegas who
Ooh, Sheikh.
some random sheik, yeah. Then
Sheikh at Caesar's
Itachi,
Palace.
Sierra Pro, and Muslim apologetic.
Come on, get the you had the shot. Of these
Christians
guys.
used to allow for the
Okay, who's who? Guy on the left got to be the Sheikh.
Yeah, he's the one up front.
Okay,
she
and
saying-
that's Itachi.
The ninja, yeah.
The one who always makes sure she has a waistband to accentuate her bosoms, which is haram, but she does
Very
it
haram.
anyway. And then those two guys in the middle, who'd you say they were?
Sierra Pro, he doesn't say much in this whole thing.
I've seen posts by Sierra Pro. Sounds stupid.
Yeah,
but- okay, Sierra Pro, and who's the other one? Which one's Sierra Pro?
the one who's next to the sheik.
Okay.
And then the Muslim apologetic, he's from Britain, and he's the one who talks, I believe, the most in this.
Okay. All right.
She does have a strange appearance, which reminds me to pull up this video here. That
What's not permissible is for her to beautify herself by plucking, by cutting, or by shaving. So the hadith is agreed upon. It's in Bukhari and Muslim, so there's no doubt it's authentic. The Prophet cursed those who pluck their eyebrows and those who do this for others, etc. Those who connect their hair and those who do this to the others. Those who have tattoos and do this to others.
The one who plucks the eyebrows and the one who asks others to pluck her eyebrows for her. So doing it for others, doing it for yourself, or having somebody else do it for you is been cursed by the Prophet ﷺ. Yani has been cursed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Okay, so just to be clear, banging prepubescent little girls, halal. Plucking little eyebrow hairs, haram. All right, good to know. Good to know. Very IP. You could have pointed that out and walked away.
Itachi, you
Very
disgust her plucking your eyebrows. How dare you?
Mhm.
She does look a little bit ridiculous, and I see that she's trying to put this whole anime and Japanese culture stuff on here with her.
Like who does that?
I don't understand.
Like I have a little.
Honestly, I think it's actually kind of cool. You know, I think it's unique, it's original, it's kind of cool. Honestly, however, maybe you can do that like if you're not pretending to also be a traditionalist Muslim at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, people point out that the niqabs, they make you look like a ninja, but then you dress up in all this Japanese stuff and name yourself after some anime character, and it becomes really impossible not to just think of ninjas. But it's still my theory that Itachi and Korra, they obviously don't take the Muslim sources very seriously because they're breaking them left and right. So why are they going full niqab? I think they understand that long term they're going to get embarrassed and they want to be able to just live life afterwards without being recognized.
Makes sense.
Live, love, laugh.
I mean, this was bad for them. They didn't have anything.
Small message to Itachi here. You are aware that the purpose of covering your hair and your face is that you're supposed to cover your beauty or whatever, your adornment,
Ornaments.
your ornaments, right? So the fact that you then wear a beautiful fashion looking thing on you and then wear this belt around your waist whose entire purpose is to amplify your body and make you look nicer, and then also amplify your boobs and all that, none of this it really makes sense. So it looks like I don't know. On the other hand, I also don't really want to sit here and judge you because you are already part of a very retarded religion that makes the women retarded by force and covers them up and all that. And I actually congratulate that you fight against it. However, you are not really a traditionalist Muslim here. So.
Nope.
Anyway.
Christians used to allow for the unalivement of heretics.
Why is she saying unalivement? Is she on TikTok?
It's
it's
probably
like-
just
She's probably used to that, but it is thoughtful because that this will help. Who's the guy's channel?
Brian Davila.
Yeah, it'll help him not get any flags and such.
Fair enough.
They used to allow for the unalivement of Jews, as I already gave you the references for. You're not engaging with that.
We're not people for abandoning their religion because that's what Islam teaches.
Your Christian saints like Augustine and stuff make arguments that if the Torah is preserved,
than is preserved in all recessions, including the Septuagint.
Why were the Jews flourishing? Why were the Jews flourishing in Spain and persecuting the rest of Christian Europe?
I'm a Christian. What Muhammad did was evil. He's not a good moral.
I find that whole argument so funny. Why were Jews flourishing in Spain? Jews were flourishing in Spain for a very brief time under the Muslim
It's
rule.
complete nonsense. There's a book called The Myth of the Andalusi Paradise where he just points out, yeah, that's just not the case.
And we all know historically that didn't end very well. And the Muslims made sure to keep them in their place every now and then and to also massacre them. In fact, one very well-known incident happened right there. It's the 1066 Granada massacre, which you can look up. The Jews of the region were massacred.
And you have Moses Maimonides at the same time saying the Ishmaelites have been the worst people to us ever.
The most important Jewish scholar in all of history, Maimonides, in Judaism known as the Rambam, he writes in his letter to the Yemenite Jews, comparing Muslims to the other people around the world, he says that these people, we have suffered more from these people than any others, about the Arabs or Muslims.
He was called Rambam.
Yeah.
Muhammad's nickname was Rambum. Well,
what's wrong with
For example, he should be thrown out because he's actually causing all sorts of harm. We see this happening in Iraq.
You're appealing to the emotions.
So you think it's okay to with a 9-year-old? I just want to be clear.
Nice.
Is Christianity better for society than Islam?
Yes.
I obviously say
all right, case closed.
yes.
Good point.
When we assert that, we have to, I'm hoping today we can touch on several topics because there are several things to look at.
Dude, how'd you miss that opportunity?
Not in this sense.
Religions and
No. Say, we're going to touch on several topics. Not like Muhammad touched Aisha, but like that. That's all you had to do, man. That's all you had to do.
I find this comment very.
I'm trying to keep them in the seats, in the hot seats. I can give them a walk out if I do that.
I find this comment very funny. You see, brothers, what a disgusting son of Satan this bastard AP is. Is this how a Christian speaks? Of course, this is very, very mild. It would sound significantly worse with.
Oh yeah, because he flipped out when you were making fun of the Muslim scholars. For saying, oh, even if you can see her eyeballs or hear her voice at all, this will arouse a man. And you go,
with her voice.
He said, yes, I feel like she's tempting me. And then Sam and Malik both rolled with it because they worked together.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Oh my goodness. Why would he be saying this? What a pervert. What a sicko pervert. How dare he?
Clearly a joke.
You see, joking is haram.
Why would a Christian joke?
And that's the key here, which is going to produce better results. So whole well-rounded thing here. So we're not talking about which we think is more moral. We're not talking about which we think is true. We're talking about which religion is going to produce better societies. And in terms of several metrics, Christianity just outperforms Islam on many, many, many important things. So I will start with 3. I'm hoping to get to more because there's a bunch of things. So I would say, first of all, Islam allows and promotes child marriage. That is extremely bad for society. That leads to harm done to girls, harm to their offspring, which leads to inferior societies. Islam
but you're ignoring something. It's good for pedophiles.
Christianity, because of our ecclesiology, has gotten rid of cousin marriage. So that means that we have produced better societies because more cousin marriage leads to lower IQ, more birth defects, and actually less economic prosperity. And the third thing I'll bring up is
you just said to lower IQ, as you can see here in front of
That's what I have to say. We both thought exactly the same thing, right? Like perfect opportunity. Islam leads to all this cousin marriage leads to lower IQs. And here's Exhibit A right in front of me. Or you could have alternatively gone Exhibit A, B, C, D. I rest my airtight case. Let's move on to this. Could have done it, man. Could have done it. You're missing all kinds of opportunities, man. You're getting the content in, but you had the zingers just lined up for you, man. Zingers.
The practice of polygyny. Islam does allow polygyny, but polygyny actually deteriorates society. If you don't know, polygyny is specifically it's a form of polygamy where it's one man and multiple women. So polygamy can be one woman, several men, but polygyny is one man, several women. So those three things are three ways in which that Christianity has done away with through trial and error, through understanding of the natural world, through understanding of how we operate as a society, which has produced far better results. So dive in.
Who wants to begin?
Like the Zut dove in.
But this guy has a thing, this guy has a thing, this guy has a thing, but this guy doesn't have a thing. That's interesting.
Huh.
Interesting.
Okay, yeah. So when it comes to the three critiques, I think obviously this needs some time to dissect. It's very.
You know what I was just thinking about? You just like explained what polygyny means, and you know, poly of course means many or multiple, and genie means a woman, which is very interesting because like it's genie or jinn, which in Islam refers to jinns. There are these desert fire beings that can scare you, that can come and steal stuff. So jinn and women. This clearly shows that women are jinns.
Hold up. So you're saying that if certain Muslims are correct when they try to interpret the Night of Al-Zut as jinn, that would simply make Muhammad guilty of polygyny.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, no. Yeah. Well.
Many jinn. Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot of data that we need to process. But to begin, what we're trying to compare is obviously what we're establishing is that we have Islam, we have Christianity. If implemented in society, which one yields the better results, right? In terms of moral values that we can both agree upon, right? Now, when it comes to the first one, you said, not only did you say that when we have Muslims that would practice child marriage, you specifically said that Islam allows it. So I want to focus on that. Where did you get the understanding from that Islam allows child marriage, given the fact that the Messenger, peace and blessing upon him, explicitly says in an authentic narration, "La darar wa la dirar," no harm, no reciprocating harm. So the Messenger already explicates and says that when it comes to any relationship, if there is harm involved, it's going to be impermissible. So how do you get around that? Now, if you want to argue that,
what a dope, man!
Oh my gosh, are you serious? Is this seriously the way that she wants to argue the case?
Yes, you can't cause any harm in Islam ever.
Hey, you could have gone the Andrew Wilson route and said, okay, well, if you're arguing that Muhammad didn't harm her and the length of a vaginal canal of a 9-year-old was 2 inches and Muhammad didn't harm her, that would mean he's sub 2 inches. If you want to say that, fine, but it doesn't change what child marriage was for everyone else.
Yeah. I thought about that. I went in the direction of, okay, well then that you can't really kill apostates because that causes harm to them. Are we really going to say that? So, and then when I brought
that is the problem. There's all sorts of stuff about beating and lashing and chopping off body parts and everything else, and they have no problem harming people in all these situations. They don't apply the rule. Why? Because they don't actually believe in it. One other thing is, like, even for Muslim scholars who applied the harm principle, it wasn't like don't hurt her or don't cause her pain or something like that. It was don't rip her open or don't kill her during sex.
Yeah, I brought up this and then they didn't really respond. They didn't have any retorts after I made that note, and they just kind of moved on.
By the way, dude, we're mostly joking when we're talking about all the stuff you could bring up.
Well, I know I'm not stupid.
I don't want to be like, oh no, they're saying I should have brought this up.
Yeah, you should have brought that up, man. What's wrong with you?
The mentalist approach of the Quran and the Sunnah would allow for this, rather than a traditional approach. That's a different argument, but you specifically said that Islam allows for it. So what would be the evidence for that?
So yeah, great. So yeah, let's start with that. So with regarding the harm principle to start, that's obviously interpreted differently because, for example, Sahih al-Bukhari allows for the killing of apostates, but that's going to harm them, but you're not going to throw that out. You're going to allow self-defense wars in Islam, but that's going to cause harm to invaders. So that's obviously going to be interpreted differently. The two main ways we know that Islam allows and promotes child marriage is with the Quran says that Muhammad is the pattern of conduct, but he married Aisha when she was 6 and consummated the marriage when she was 9. That is a child. There's no biological way that could not be a child. Therefore, it allows child marriage. And then, of course, Surah 65:4, which does allow girls.
Beautiful. Do you guys want to jump in?
Beautiful.
Did you just say beautiful? What is up with this? That's like a new thing. Just perfect, beautiful, wonderful, amazing. And they're saying that after someone blasts their religion. I don't know. Was there some meeting or something like this? And they said, hey guys, you know what we're going to do? Every time someone just really blasts Muhammad or blasts the Quran or blasts Islam or just talks mad trash about us or says that our religion is evil, we're going to come back with perfect, or beautiful, or wow, what a perfect and amazing response. I guess you win.
I just like that I said, yeah, the Quran allows child marriage. He's like, beautiful.
Ooh, yes.
That's why I love it so much.
Oh, shall I continue?
But that makes better societies.
Wait, notice what he just said. He just said, anyone want to jump in again? He kept saying that because it's like he didn't want to answer. He's like, anyone want to jump in? Okay, I'll go. Okay, fine, I'll go. Like, man, they did not want to talk here at the beginning. It took him a while to get him to start to get feisty.
I have many things to say. First of all, Islam does not in any way, shape, fashion, or form support any idea of pedophilia or underage marriage. Islam does not support anything like that at all. The Quran gives marriage.
Yeah, I guess.
Wait,
I guess there's no underage marriage if there's no minimum age for marriage. I guess then there wouldn't be any underage marriage because there is no minimum age for marriage. So
he's actually arguing that there is.
Islam does not support anything like that at all. The Quran gives an age of marriage. It is very clear. It gives something called an age of marriage.
Oh, yeah.
And that age of marriage is when you reach puberty, essence.
That's not an age of marriage.
Yeah.
Plus, it doesn't say that.
Yeah, 65, Surah 65, verse 4 specifically refers to marrying, having sex with, divorcing, and passing on to the next guy, girls, all before they've ever reached puberty. So, yep. Swing and a miss, buddy. Swing and a miss.
Puberty. So puberty is when you're mature. Has a 9-year-old ever completed puberty?
Sure.
Really? According to what?
I mean, this is life. These are things that happen.
Yeah, when you look at, for example,
Guys,
the text that he quoted, Bukhari himself has a narration.
That is incredible, man.
Notice he said, I said, has a 9-year-old ever completed puberty? And he's like, sure.
These are things that happen.
Yeah, when you look at, for example, the classical.
Sure. Okay. He just makes dumb claims now. I mean, he made one claim already about the Quran, which is a complete lie.
Quran gives for underage marriage. Islam does not support anything like that at all. The Quran gives an age of marriage.
An age of marriage.
It is very clear. It gives something called an age of marriage.
So I want to say one thing. If anybody at all can prove to me that the Quran actually gives a precise age of marriage, I will delete my channel. That moment. Second thing.
And that age of marriage is when you reach puberty, essence. Okay.
Puberty. So puberty.
Puberty. If anybody can show me that the Quran does indeed say that you may only marry a girl once she reaches puberty, I will give you everything that I own, which is not very much, but still just, be
and you broke everything by falling through it. So he'll give you his broken desk, everyone. Ooh.
And I will delete my channel on top of it. This is it. I swear. I promise I will. Come on and do it. This is obviously a lie.
Do it.
Is when you're mature. Has a 9-year-old ever completed puberty?
Sure.
Really?
What an idiot, man.
I'm really curious now if there are some really extreme cases.
This just reminds me of my debate with Daniel Kikuchi, where he said you can consummate a marriage with a girl that started puberty. That can happen as early as like Tanner stage 1 can start like seven. So, according to him, if you hit puberty, that you're good to go. But that doesn't mean you're a woman. It doesn't mean you've completed puberty. Completing puberty is what's important. That's when you're a woman. But he thinks you can do that at 9, which shows you he doesn't know what he's talking about.
There is no known case at all. Let's see.
Hey, look at that.
So there are cases of girls, of course, as you pointed out, experiencing precocious puberty, but even in their case, the puberty simply lasts very long. It is extended. It is extremely rare, if not medically impossible, in typical development to complete puberty by the age of 9, and there are no known cases of it. Despite being in this age where we have access and we have data from everywhere. So this guy's just like, oh yeah, of course, girls can complete puberty at 9. Oh, of course, it's just
no
not,
idea.
it's not possible, and it's just not known in this whole wide world. But yeah, of course, it's totally possible. Yeah, why not?
And up on the screen, in response to his claim that the Quran gives this minimum age for marriage. So this is the commentary of Muhammad's companion Ibn Abbas. In parentheses, you have the Quran verse, and then you have his commentary in between. But he actually gives the historical background for why Muhammad's even saying this. So the Quran says, "And for such of your women as despair of menstruation because of old age, if you doubt about their waiting period, their period of waiting shall be 3 months." Upon which another man asked, "O Messenger of Allah, what about the waiting period of those who do not have menstruation because they are too young? They're too young for menstruation, along with those who have it not because of young age. Their waiting period is 3 months." That's the 3 months there is, again, how long the girl has to wait before the next guy can marry her after one husband who had sex with her divorces her.
Ugh.
I think, in all honesty, if you are somebody who actually supports or proposes marriage with little children, I think the appropriate response to you would be that you face the wall and shut up, so that we can hear the noise of the gunshots.
According to what?
I thought you were going to say so he gets zooted.
This is life. These are things that happen.
Yeah, when we look at, for example, the classical texts they quoted, Bukhari himself has a narration where Aisha radiallahu anha refers to herself as a woman. Right. So if you wanna like internally critique our sources regarding what it says, regarding when the marriage happens.
You say internal or external?
Internal.
I'm not. This is external critique. This is definitely external critique.
How do you come to conclude that the marriage was at 6 and 9?
Because that's what your sources teach.
Beautiful.
But then you're also saying she's not a child, and I'm saying that's just incompatible with reality.
Okay.
There is no such thing as a 9-year-old woman. The hips on a girl do not develop till the ages of 15 or 17. Puberty is not complete. There is no possible world where it's biologically the case a 9-year-old could be anything but a child.
Okay. Would you say that in order to be able to...
This just shows how stupid they are. Like, they thought this was an internal critique. We're saying that she was a woman and therefore she's a 9-year-old woman. Like, Aisha's age is clearly an external critique because you're saying what your sources teach is incompatible with reality, as all the research shows. Why do they immediately assume it's an internal critique? Like, they don't even know the basic structure of the argument.
Yeah, and they don't even understand internal critiques. The only internal critique they're aware of is the internal critique the men of Al-Zut gave Muhammad.
But he's clearly observing the ceiling and seeing what's up there. He's not really focused on the conversation.
Your ceiling! Give me answers to this kafir.
The hips on a girl do not develop till the ages of 15 or 17.
Hips don't lie.
Puberty is not complete.
Shakira said hips don't lie, and we know this for a fact. So there you go.
There is no possible world where it's biologically the case a 9-year-old could be anything but a child.
Okay. Would you say that in order to be able to conceive and bear children, etc., you would have to have gone through some of the stages of puberty?
You would have to go through all the stages of puberty. So, for example, there was a cross-sectional study done that actually showed that girls who were 15 and under had 4 times higher the rate of death in childbirth.
Okay, so you said that it's never happened where this was the case, right?
There's no case where a 9-year-old could have completed puberty, no.
Okay, but hold on 1 second. I'm saying for somebody to get pregnant, they would have had to have gone through all the stages, correct?
No, they had to go through at least standard stage 4, because at the end of standard stage 4 is when they have puberty.
Would you consider that person to be pubescent or prepubescent?
If they had their first period?
I'm saying they got pregnant.
Yeah, they're not understanding. They're hearing what they heard is they're thinking of starting puberty, not completing puberty. Yeah, you're pointing out finishing puberty, guys. So everyone knows, especially Muslims who are watching, puberty is a process that takes several years. In Islam, it's even the ones who defend like puberty as a minimum age. That's not what the Quran requires, and that's not what Muhammad did. But even those who do, they still, it's old enough to bleed, old enough to breathe. Like they're ready to jump. They're ready to jump. And guess what, guys? If a girl can get pregnant right then, but that's before her hips have widened, her birth canal has widened, and really, really bad problems arise from that sort of thing. That's why you keep your hands off.
they didn't seem to be tracking what I was saying here. Like, I'm not saying, like I said, Tanner stage 4, like you have your first period and technically get pregnant, but no girl should be expected to bear children until she's completed puberty, because their hips have not fully widened. They can't even push out a child properly. So like Itachi's having like a different conversation. She's not tracking with what I'm saying. So this is just really bad on their part. They have no clue about what the argument I'm making here.
That's the thing too. She seems to be answering a completely different, or she seems to be asking a completely different thing. Let's continue.
Mm-hmm.
Did they have their first period?
I'm saying they got pregnant, so they would have already.
If they
had
got
their period.
pregnant, then they're post-pubescent. Yes.
Good. So there's an example. I don't know if you know who it is. Her name is Lena Medina. She was 5 years old when she first got pregnant. Obviously, we don't agree with the means that she got pregnant by, but it's to show that it is the case that this is something that could still happen. Right?
Okay, I got a question
This is
about
something
that.
that happened more
I got a
moderately.
question. So you said if they have their period,
What does that even have to do with the topic?
To show
Like, that does not show they've completed puberty. Like, yeah, you can say they're prepubescent or post-pubescent, as in they've started puberty, but like that doesn't mean they've completed it. She's not even tracking the point.
Yeah, and she doesn't get it, guys. Okay, there have been lots of girls that I think is on record as the youngest girl ever verified to have had a baby. Right, 5 years old. To be clear, there are tons of girls down through history who became pregnant before completing puberty, and they survived. That sort of thing happens. It's just much riskier, and it leads to all sorts of problems, and therefore you don't do it until girls actually complete puberty. That's when things get much safer for them. So I don't even know what to do here. I mean, it's kind of like saying, hey, I stabbed this girl in the face and she survived. So what's the problem? Okay, well, some don't survive. Okay, so don't do it.
Does she really want to give an example of a very, 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 very seriously extreme case, which is why it is recorded, which is why he even knows the name of the victim in question? Does she really want to give that case here as an example? It is an extreme situation, a harmful, a disgusting, a brutal situation, and should in no way add anything to the conversation or the rule here. I don't even understand why we're getting back to this topic.
case that this is something that could still happen.
Okay,
right?
I got a question.
This is
about
something
that.
that happened
So?
more
I got a
moderately.
question. So you said if they have their period, they're
An exception to the rule.
a woman, they're an adult, they're post-pubescent. Was that 5-year-old an adult?
Yeah, so insofar as what I asked you, I was asking you in regards to what your criteria is that you're establishing. Right now, I don't think there is a criteria that you're actually giving in regards to what is considered to be a child. What
That was a good question. That was a good question. So, okay, so she had reached puberty, and she became pregnant. So she would be an adult, according to you? 5-year-old adult? Really? According to your religion? Yep, that was a good question.
Creepy.
You ask her about her standards, and she, or you ask her about her position, and she then doesn't want to answer, and instead wants to know about your standards. She doesn't want to answer the question. I just want to ask one question at this point. I mean, Itachi, I don't know if you ever will have children or anything like that, but would you look at a 6-year-old girl and think, oh yeah, she's ready. I love this daughter of mine that I have. I want her to be married to a 50-year-old man and also go to bed and sexually please that 50-year-old man. I'm totally fine and happy with that. That's totally good. That's totally cool. I'm very, very happy with that. Is that what you think?
They do not realize the harm this causes. Like, first of all, if she were to get pregnant in a pre-modern world, she's probably going to die from childbirth. I mean, like, again, this study in Latin America found that if you're 15 or under, you're like 4 times more likely to die in childbirth. But the mental damage, because like the temporal lobes are the part of the brain that regulates sexual activity. And if you're having sex before those have fully developed, you're not going to process or understand sex properly. So when you're doing that to a child, you're messing them up, like actually, like mentally. So like this is one of the huge problems here. No 9-year-old is going to have fully developed temporal lobes. So what sort of sick people are doing this and think it's not going to cause harm? There's no possible world where Aisha did not experience some type of harm from what Muhammad did to her.
By the way, everybody watching, thank you for being here. Make sure to like the video and to like the live stream. I see lots of super chats coming in. Make sure to send tons of super chats and pray for PayPal. Is that the phrase, David?
Yeah, something like that.
What? Is that something a job said?
No,
No,
it's
that's
something
that's your good buddy
worse.
Sam Shimon. He keeps saying, he means pray for more. Pray for more. He'll just say pray for PayPal. What he means is pray for him to get more donations on
Pray
PayPal.
for PayPal. Ida, what's up, Ida? But Mecca Becca, I can't anymore. Hey, y'all, AP, stop unaliving tables. It's not safe. I know. I need to stop. ChatGPT said Jesus is better than Momo for world. Good. Gina from Cologne says, AP, gute Besserung, leg den Fuß am besten hoch. I will do that. Thank you so much. I will not translate this for all the uncivilized people who don't speak German. Dragonism, AP giving Kentucky Ballistics a run for his money on table destruction. Indeed. The Lamb Apologetics, what's up? Korah and Itachi's whole thing with trying to do biblical criticism is funny because they can't read anything correctly, especially with Deuteronomy 22. I found that one thing very funny. Korah made this post of she was where the Apostle Paul is clearly referring to Isaiah 53, and she's acting as if nobody has figured out what reference or what passages in Isaiah the Apostle Paul is talking about. And the entire comment section was like, "Are you stupid? We have known this since since the New Testament was written, since the very texts were written." These two women, they came along and are trying to act like these new researching experts on Christianity and the Bible, and they don't know anything. It's very wild. Lucy you snooze says IP's knows Zutz David Wood, pretty much child marriage. Yeah, it's true. Same Tamagotchi laughed at the 21 Coptics. She needs to get off her high. Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, she was saying, "Hey, I want 21 cops in the chat. Oh, what's up? 21 cops in the chat. He. Yeah, that's why people call her ISIS bride and stuff like that.
Yep,
that's true.
Disgusting human.
The Ethnic Church of Enoch isn't made up. Pluto Bible coming 722. One can be a Christian or a Jew and also an adherent to the. Okay, good. I wish you all the best in your life. Ida, what's up, Ida? I don't know why, but watching IP jumping on the seat makes me feel like he's gonna jump and go physically find them. It
Listen,
look like you look very
when
pissed.
you're dealing with people that are literally defending raping children, it makes your blood boil. I had to do everything I can to stay in my seat because it's just like these are what they're promoting is like giving like pedophiles like a free pass to join Islam, marry a 9-year-old, and do whatever they want, and they have to say that guy's righteous. Like, think about it.
And I think this, if I recall correctly, this is the issue more than anything else that got IP involved, because it was my debate with Kenny Bomer, and IP hadn't done a whole lot of stuff on Islam over the years, and he's sitting there watching this, but he's in his chair like this, like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, uh-oh, do not tick that guy off, guys. Don't tick him off. It's going to go bad.
And then he debated Daniel Kikic, and that started Daniel's downfall.
I forgot about the whole thing because I got busy with some other videos, and then Daniel had like found my tweets from like 6 months ago, and he's like, "I challenge you to debate child marriage," and that was it. That was the final straw. I'm like, this is now my thing. I'm going to destroy Islam.
Hey, look at how I ratioed Mohammed Hijab.
Nice.
He said the British legal system makes me sick, and I said, "Go back to Egypt, then." Beast. Totally beast.
You could have made it worse. You could have said, "Go back to Turkey, then."
Nice. I just noticed that it has more likes than his original post.
Yeah, but it's 911, man.
It is. But without cousin marriage, there would be no Islam because everyone would have to have too high of IQs to be in Islam. This is correct.
That's a good point.
Sparkly Haru, Momo got pegged on the night of the Al-Dhud. Indeed. Ida, what's up, Ida? Oops, fighting them. Autocorrect. Thank you. As Ninja JQK, Itachi is the Japanese word for weasel. Oh yeah, isn't that based on a character,
really?
an anime character?
Is that true?
Possible, but it's
I'm
based on
gonna
an
look that
enemy
up.
character.
I'm
The
gonna
real
look that up.
Mako, even Mojab already stated that in the Quran there is no minimum age for marriage. This is true. There simply is not. It is a completely stupid thing to say. There is no such thing. Jack
Oh my gosh, it
Gray.
is.
It is.
Yeah, hold up. Let me I'll share my screen here.
You don't need to share your screen. Oh yeah, it is actually. The term Itachi means weasel in Japanese. In Japan, it refers to both the native Japanese weasel species and to a mischievous creature in traditional folklore.
He's calling yourself a weasel. What the fuck? Oh my god, the jokes write themselves, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, look at
But to be fair, it's based on an anime character, isn't it? Isn't it? Am I being too charitable right here?
I don't know. Itachi anime. Yeah, it's some anime character, I think, in Naruto. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it means weasel. So
Yeah. And I like animes a little bit, although I'm not like that big of a fan, so I can't blame her for that. I will give her a pass on that one. Okay, beautiful, perfect. Dawa AI response header. Gina from Cologne, IP, you did very well. Do you believe any of them actually understands puberty, and that a
No,
child
they don't.
becomes a woman when puberty ends, not when it begins?
no, they don't. And they kept like switching back and forth between like being in puberty, starting puberty, and I kept talking about puberty being completed. So like even when Itachi's going on about but they could get pregnant. Okay, that happened. You need to have your period, which happens at the end of Tanner stage 4. That doesn't mean puberty's complete. They're still a child. No one's saying that, yeah, you have to complete puberty to get pregnant. I directly said that, but she kept not understanding the argument and trying to like shift like, well, if you can get your period, you're an adult, which is just plain stupid. Like Itachi is saying something incredibly stupid, that if a 5-year-old gets their period, they're therefore considered an adult. Like, what sort of like insanity are you talking about?
Exactly. There is also something I don't know when that whole idea got popularized. I think it's not just among the Muslims, but there is this general idea, and I guess it is a result of a general lack of education. But people have this idea of like, oh, once you hit puberty, that's basically when you are ready. And people have made jokes about this, but Muslims take it to a serious level and start arguing.
And remember, when I debated Daniel Kikachu, like he admitted puberty starts before you get your period. And you can consummate a marriage to a girl that starts puberty. So Tanner stage 1, like that can start at 7.
Gen Z Salafi anime lovers, LOL. IP, did you consider going with the 11-month-old study, like with your debate with Daniel Hikikiju in this?
We didn't get to that in there. But it doesn't matter. She was saying a 5-year-old was basically considered an adult because they could get pregnant. Like it's insanity. Like that blew me away that she was actually saying that, even as a woman. Like if she had a 5-year-old and they had precocious puberty at 5, you consider that a woman? Are you joking? Like, so I mean, they already went there. I can't believe it.
That's right. Let's continue.
Is considered
Okay,
adult.
I'll give it. You have to complete puberty. That is not completed till 15 to 17. That's why we as a society, we assign adulthood to the age of 18. Anything under 18 is a child. That 5-year-old is not a woman. She's a child. She should not be married off.
Okay.
So how do you respond to the argument from natural law, which you see that, for example, Paul appeals to within Romans and Corinthians, that we can look at nature to be able to come to reason, and we see that there was no critique of this specific marriage of Muhammad والسلام, prior to the 19th century.
What the heck does that have to do with natural law? Did he even know what he's saying?
Serious right now? What he's saying right now what he's saying right now disproves or just supports your point. What is this, man?
Nobody prior to the 19th century made that critique, although he was criticized for other things, right? Other critics have made other points regarding it, but nobody made it regarding the marriage between him and Aisha radiallahu anha. So if you conclude that we both agree on the standard of natural law and come into reason through nature and what God has instilled in us through who we are as human beings, and would agree that we would expect that if it was the case that it was wholly immoral during that time, how come we don't have that critique prior to the 19th century?
I got where you're coming from. Okay.
What in the world?
So this is also, Jai actually found this out today. He sent it to me. This is fault. There was actually a guy, a Spanish Muslim scholar who converted to Catholicism named Juan Andreas lived in the 14 and 1500s.
Save it
He's
for your next
criticizing it
debate,
here.
man. Save it
What?
for your next debate.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
We
because
have
they keep saying there was no one until the 20th century who criticized this. It's false.
Jai has actually found a couple here. So yeah, as early as like the 1500s, we see a guy named actually criticizing this, saying, "Yeah, this was actually
Juan Andres,
And he was an ex-Muslim, I think.
chosen by a Spanish Muslim scholar who converted to Catholicism and wrote a well-known polemical work against Islam, Confusion or Confutation of the Mohammedan sect and of the Quran. Interesting.
So yeah, this is
we got to get
wrong.
that, man. Hey, we should get that because he was Spanish, and that we keep hearing about how Dawa guys are going after Spanish-speaking places because there's not as much apologetics and polemics in Spanish, so they're looking for people who aren't familiar with the Dawa script. But we might want to get that in the hands of some Spanish speakers, so they can be like, "Hey, our guys were doing this before English speakers were responding to this stuff."
Yep, it's on page Jai sent me the actual work that's been translated in English, like it's online. Yeah, he's definitely saying it. This is bad. This is evil.
Interesting. I found the whole text here, which is very interesting.
I got the reference too. He got me the actual quote too. So yeah, well, sorry, Muslims, this lie you keep pressing that no one criticized it until the modern era is just false. So can you drop that now and stop lying, or are you going to keep pushing that?
Interesting. Gotta have a look at that text here. Very, very interesting. Also, the whole argument was just entirely ridiculously stupid.
So here's the first problem. Practically, a lot of the hadith were not known in the Western world. So that's the first problem. The second thing is Muhammad is supposed to be the pattern of conduct for Muslims, for people in all times. And he's supposed to be getting divine revelation from God. Yet he's a girl. That's evil. That's setting a bad example for humanity. And this doesn't matter. All this shows at the end of the day is Muhammad was a product of the corrupt, backwards culture of his time. We now have the scientific evidence to know that is wrong, and it should never have been prescribed.
Beautiful.
Yeah, he's going hard, man.
Right. So what your response is that actually the reason why we don't see that critique is because there is no access to the ahadith at that point. First of all, that's not even true.
I didn't say that. I said that.
Gosh.
No. Yeah. His point was very clear. How much of the hadith did your average European know back then?
Plus, that was not the only point.
Didn't.
He just ignored everything that Mike just said and just picked out that small misunderstanding of his.
That's what they do, man. That's what they do.
Practically, it says a pragmatic prospect.
Right, like on a mass scale, right?
Yeah, on a mass scale.
However, we know that there is a lot of critiques that were raised against Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. And amongst those critiques, none of them were regarding the marriage. So the arguments to follow. Why? Because we do have the critiques, meaning that people have access to the Quran, people have access to the Sunnah, such as John of Chrysostom, for example, who critiques Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam in his writings.
This is such a weird argument. All right, let's say all of that is correct. Let's say, even if it were true, let us say that until the 20th century, not a single person criticized Muhammad for marrying a child. What in the world does that have to do with anything? Is marrying a child wrong? Yes, it is wrong. Is it harmful? Yes, it is harmful. Is it sick? Yes, it is sick. Does it hurt girls, children, women, societies? Yes, it does. What does everything else matter?
Hang on. Who did he bring up as a critic of Islam?
Wait a minute. Did I just hear that right? Wait. Wait, I'm just noticing that too. What the heck?
Marriage. So the arguments to follow. Why? Because we do have the critiques, meaning that people have access to the Quran, people have access to the Sunnah, such as John of Chrysostom, for example.
He said John
Chrysostom.
What? You're a little off, buddy. Can we assume that he meant John of Damascus?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Here's the problem.
That's probably what I heard, but then I just went so fast.
Yeah. Wait. I want to hear that again. Not to be fair to him.
critiques, none of them were regarding the marriage. So the argument still follow. Why? Because we do have the critiques, meaning that people have access to the Quran, people have access to the Sunnah, such as John of Chrysostom, for example.
John of Chrysostom. He would not be called John of Chrysostom because Chrysostom was like a nickname, not a place, and he was also centuries apart. So you got the wrong guy. But anyway,
Yeah.
at
So
least you got John right.
yeah, and second problem, if he's talking about John of Damascus, that's before your hadith collections were even compiled, dude. So
Exactly.
he knew the Quran pretty well, and he knew some of the history and stuff like that. But yeah.
Exactly.
Critiques Muhammad والسلام, in his writings. Yeah, we don't find a critique about child marriage, right? So we still see that you saying that it wasn't widely accessible is irrelevant. Why? Because you have a big sample data where there's a lot of critiques regarding it, and not a single one pattern in the 19th century.
So let's go on that.
is,
So we're
about,
conflating two things: the natural with what, as Immanuel Kant said, out of the crooked timber of humanity, nothing straight has ever grown. I agree. There were plenty of humans in the past that believed bad, corrupt, wrong things. They're not the standard. Like the Quran says, Muhammad. Hold on, let me finish. I'll let you finish. They're not the standard. They're not getting their information from omnipotent God. We now know today, this is wrong. This is bad. The temporal lobes are not even developed in a 9-year-old to properly communicate or express or understand activity. So if you're messing her up mentally. Not only can you all these physical problems, it's also mentally bad. It's socially bad. This is not good for anyone. We know that now. So Islam is allowing this. You guys are kind of defending it, which I'm shocked. It's child marriage. We should just reject everyone out here. It should be outright. Yes,
he's getting pretty hyped, man.
It should be abolished around the
He's losing it. Look, he's getting all emotional.
Look at this. Imagine a scenario where 4 Muslims are the calm ones, and inspiring philosophy is the super hothead.
I mean, they want a society where they can have sex with children. I mean, like, how am I supposed to just be like, oh, yes, let's evaluate this intellectually? No, that's evil. What is wrong with you? You're trying to, and notice they're trying to justify it. Well, people in the past didn't say it was bad, therefore it's okay. Like, this is their standard. People in the past didn't say it, therefore that decides what's moral. How stupid do you have to be? I thought we got a perfect moral code from the Quran, from Allah, and they were trying to judge its morality based on what fallible people of the past said. Pretty messed up.
We literally agree. We literally, before we began, we clarified that Islam, we don't believe there's something known as child marriage, right? We already clarified that.
So,
now,
but I said child under the age of 18. Do you agree a child is under the age of 18?
No,
right. Again,
that's subjective.
Okay,
right,
then we don't. You don't think child marriage should be allowed?
Real quick, but hold on. You switched it because a second ago you said that.
God Logic said Super Saiyan IP is scary.
Don't go after children. It pisses me off.
You guys probably don't know what Super Saiyan is. Do you?
I had younger brothers. Yeah, that's some of that Dragon Ball Z stuff.
You see? You see?
Someone who's an adult is someone that completed puberty, and that could have between 15 and 17. Now, all of a sudden, you're saying under 18. So I'm very confused on which time you want to...
Let me clarify.
Let me finish. Now, regarding Islam, our stance is very simple. Islam is going to be dependent upon the circumstances of the individuals. Meaning, if it was the case at a specific point in time, it wouldn't entail physical, mental harm, and someone would have been...
There was never such a time.
Nope.
Dummy. Stupid. There was never, ever such a time. There was never such a time. You absolute imbeciles. Okay? I'm sorry. I just do not know how to talk about this calmly.
Welcome to my problem.
Yep, neither does I.
But you absolute freaking imbeciles. There was never a damn time in history when the circumstances were so that the children were not being harmed when you would marry them and rape them when they were little children. There was never such a freaking time. Do you get that into your dumb heads that you bang on the ground? There was never such a time. There was never ever such a time. Stop making excuses for the raping of little children. Stop raping children. Otherwise, otherwise piss off to some garbage country where that kind of stuff is being practiced, and then invite some bombs for that place to get collectively bomb so we can all be rid of this stupid, anti-human, barbaric, backward, subhuman mindset. Do you understand? Stop making excuses for child marriage. It never happened. It never happened that it was okay or acceptable or harmless. It was never okay. It is never okay. Anyway, let me give the mic over to you, Mike.
It's incredible that the only people, for the most part, that are defending this are going to be basically pedophiles and Muslims. Like, so just think about that. Like, you get why pedophiles do it, because they're sick and twisted in the head. But Muslims are doing this. They're actively trying to defend having sex with a 9-year-old girl, as if that should be normal. There's nothing evil about that. And then you have people like Daniel Kikichu going so far as to saying, yeah, we should practice that kind of stuff today. But that's the logical result of someone who takes Islam seriously. Of course you think it should be practiced today. That's why Islam is evil, and that's why we should oppose it on every level.
In post-pubescent and fully mature, then the marriage can be done, right? However, if it is going to entail, such as today, and this is the people according to Peter D. Glockman, when he mentioned this, if it is going to entail harm today, meaning that people can attain pubescence, but they don't attain monarchy, right? It is going to be the case that today.
Was that different in the 7th century in Arabia?
Nope. Actually, yes, it was. It was worse because they were maturing slower.
They got it later because of issues like nutrition and stuff like that.
That's what the studies show us. So what exactly is this guy referencing here? What time?
He cited
He's
a study
referencing the study of trust me, bro.
It would entail harm, therefore would not be allowed Islamically. It's very simple. Now, regarding your point regarding how...
Look, little boy, go to school, read a book, start reading some things, okay? Be honest to yourself for the first time in your life. Actually be honest and actually pursue some proper information if you want to debate these topics. If you want to make an argument, it's actually raping children is actually good. Okay, if you want to make the topic, actually sit down and go into the studies and the data and the statistics and the analysis and go into it thinking, hey, I might be proven wrong, but I will read this anyway and see what the facts are and see what the truth is. Then go into it, then read through all the data. It takes you literally 5 minutes to find the data that shows you that not only was it less harmful back then, it was actually possibly more harmful in 7th century Arabia. So sit down and actually be a little bit honest to yourself. Sit down and read something. Sit down and be honest for the first time in your pathetic little life, little dummy. And then sit down and try to argue this topic again. Maybe it's because I'm in pain, but I have very little patience today. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if they had given you a ton of pain medication, you were all loopy, you'd start sounding like Muhammad Hijab during his live streams.
What have your daddy done?
What did your daddy done? What did your daddy done? Hillbilly redneck.
We know that there's humans around the world that have justified bad things happening in society. Well, the thing is, we're talking about a universal aspect, meaning that all humans, everyone who's critiquing Muhammad,
you're a universal aspect.
None of them recognize as something that's inherently abhorrent.
Well, hold up. Okay, let me address. You've been going for a while. Let me address all these points. Finish up. You get 20
now,
seconds.
Paul is the one that appeals to natural law. Obviously, we know that when it comes to natural law, when it comes to knowing these things that are known by...
Paul is one that appeals to natural law. In it,
at this position, they are known prior to revelation, right? So if it is the case,
Paul, Mike, Paul appeals to natural law. So why not follow natural law?
Exactly, yeah, because Paul appealed to natural law, and this guy is so ridiculous. He thinks natural law is the consensus of humans.
Okay, so
are you joking? You don't know basic philosophy.
If by natural law we come to the conclusion that marrying children is actually absolutely messed up and bad and dangerous, we should then conclude that it is obviously wrong, and everybody who proposes it should probably be subjected to harsh punishments.
I don't know one philosopher that saying natural law is what the consensus of people believed in the past. This is beyond stupid.
No. Yeah. So natural law means that you can basically figure out right and wrong, right? Through your reason. But here's the problem for him. he's sitting there saying, "Oh, we don't see people criticizing this." Well, we don't have good reason to think that most people were even familiar with this story outside of Islam. Inside of Islam, what are you going to do? You're going to start making fun of Muhammad and saying he was a pedo and stuff. But here's the thing: if you wanted to go the natural law route, what you would say is, isn't it interesting that you had all these cultures which start putting a minimum age around of at least 12, right? 12, 13, 14. They start putting minimum age around there. Why? Because they know that you have girls who are completing puberty by that time, and so on. So they're understanding that you should wait for a girl to be mature. Guess what? They didn't know everything back then. They didn't know as much as we know about fistulas and about all the dangers and so on, and that the girls are actually better if they wait even longer. Once people find out about that, they go, "Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, girls should wait. Yeah, you should wait to marry girls until they're older." In other words, the principle is the same. Don't mess with the girls until the harms are minimized. But we know more about when the harms are minimized now than people did back then. And so what happens? Then you update things. So the point here is Islam is still the outlier. Muhammad would have been condemned by the Jews, by the Christians, by the Romans, because again, almost everyone started it at 12, 13 to 14.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Natural law just means that people come together and write their law on leaves. That's it.
Yes.
That they know prior to revelation would expect at least someone to make that critique.
Okay, now I'm going to respond. You've talked for a while. I'm going to go on for a couple minutes here.
Yeah,
so
that's
first of all, not everyone around the world had access to the Hadith. Okay, there's a problem here. It's not like we had a big global community and all voted, I think Muhammad was bad. This happened in 1857. No, it did not happen.
Yeah,
so this is
okay.
something that just did not happen.
Yeah, I just want to point out. So I mean, one, think about it. Like back in the day, like before the printing press, which took a while. Like even when Europeans started printing books, it was still, it was still a bit longer for Muslims. But back in the day, you had to copy these things by hand.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea that Europeans know about the hadiths and stuff like that, why aren't they criticizing it? They had that. On what planet did these guys have open access to the hadiths? We didn't get open access to we got open access to the hadith in the United States of America during my lifetime, right? The Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim were translated in the 1980s. And even then it would still be hard to get them. Later on, you get the internet and stuff. And now we can circulate them. That's how, but notice the moment you have widespread open access to the sources, everyone starts blasting Muhammad, everyone. So yeah, you start getting this in the 80s. By the way, that's why in the 1960s, Muslim preachers could make up all this stuff. No one was there to correct it. That's why Muslim preachers could go, "Hey, Muhammad was the prophet who was against slavery. He freed all the slaves." Complete idiotic nonsense. Muhammad was a champion of women's rights. Complete idiotic nonsense. Muhammad performed all these miracles. Complete idiotic nonsense, right? People didn't have the open access to the Muslim sources to refute all this nonsense. Now we do. And so we're refuting it.
That's true. That's true, man. And by the way, just a little announcement. Our Scottish lads are taking on the Haiti in the World Cup right now, pal. It's time to go and cheer them on.
I don't watch soccer.
It's called football.
Amen.
I don't watch.
That was my football.
That was my best.
Not watching it.
Doing a Scottish accent. I hope it was beautiful. Okay.
So let's go back to me trying to tell you what a child is here. Let's start with this because we need to get over this, okay? So we know puberty is complete between the ages of 15 or 17. We can't, as a society, constantly be going around checking hip development, Tanner stage 5 development. That is impractical. So we
want to go and check on the hips of all the girls to see if the
hips don't lie. That's in the Quran.
We want to inspect all the hips of all the girls.
Yes,
I personally want to do that.
Hey, IP, did you ever see that? Did you ever see that Ollie G episode where sort of messed up? It was about politics, but he starts suggesting that anyone who reaches puberty should be able to vote, right? But he comes up with all these sayings. He's talking to like politicians and stuff. He goes, "Does you agree or not? If there's fluff on the muff, then she is old enough," right? He's trying to get them to say yes to voting when it sounds like something it sounds like something completely different. So he keeps showing, do you agree or not? He wants yes or no answers to all these questions that make him sound like a total pedo. But it was funny because they weren't falling for it, right? They restate what he's stating, but not in a way that makes him sound like a pedo. So he starts doing his saying, do you agree or not? If there's grass on the field, let's play, right? And the guy goes, listen, if what you're saying is that once a person has reached puberty, he or she is responsible enough to vote, okay, you could make that case. But there's a question, how are you going to know who reaches puberty? And Ali G goes, well, I'll check the girls, isn't it? But that sounds like something one of these guys would say.
That sounds like very Islamic stuff, man.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, because IP pointing out, look, what are you going to go around and let's make sure Tanner stage 5 so we can say.
You might be a Game of Thrones fan, but if you say football is the NFL, you are hereby banned. It's soccer and it sucks. Oh yeah, it sucks.
It does.
It is the most popular sport in the entire world.
Because most of the world has never seen
the only sport in the world that is actually fun to, where actually something happens in the field without a bunch of barbarians running and hitting each other for some weird reason and throwing a ball.
Did you say something
you
happens
kick a
on the
ball
field?
that is not even a
Every
ball.
time,
it's an egg shape.
Every time I've ever clicked on a stupid soccer game by accident, the score was 0-0.
Because it is strategy.
3 hours into the game.
You run around, booga, 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 boom, with an egg in your hand and call it a ball. What you call soccer came before your American football.
It is a ball. No one said perfect. No one said perfect sphere. No one said perfect sphere.
Association football, which is why you call it soccer. It's literally in the name. It's football. Yours is egg ball, and it's boring and underdeveloped and stupid, and nobody watches it except Americans.
It's called football because the ball is a foot long. It's about a foot long.
Oh, that makes sense.
Not in the Zut sense, but it's a foot long.
Okay, well, that makes sense. That actually makes sense. Anyway, let's get back to the topic.
Just to sign adulthood to the age of 18. That's still far better than 9. That's the problem right there. Now, if you want to talk to what ancient people did, we can talk about that. So Michael Satlow, talking about the ancient Jews in Palestine, said they were marrying on girls on average between the ages of mid-teens to early 20s. Amram Troper says late teens to early 20s. Brent Shaw in the Roman Empire, he says late teens to early 20s. So does Keith Hopkins. Then you get to the Middle Ages. Kim Phillips in her book.
Also, if you had any sense of American patriotism, you would have seen yesterday that the United States of America played a beautiful game and won, and probably put out one of the best performances ever in the history of the American team in real football.
Hey,
something to be proud of.
Hey, you know what's funny? I haven't heard one word about this from any American, and you guys are just like,
either.
hey, they won. Like, no one even mentioned it because no one cares. You only know because you're a Turk.
Setting 4 Muslims against IP doesn't make it even. 4 people with 80 IQ doesn't equal 1 person with 320
That's
IQ.
true. That's true.
Thank you.
Especially when one of them is a woman, and according to Muhammad is intellectually deficient. So that would be 80 plus 80 plus 80 plus 40.
Mm-hmm.
Or 280.
That's why Korah needed to be there. There'd be actually 1v4, by Islamic standard.
Hey, that would have been funny. That would have been funny if it's 4-on-1, but it's 2 women and then 3 dudes, and so it adds up to 4. That would be funny.
According to Islamic standards, yep.
This is also the funniest thing. You call it football while the ball.
Are you still on this topic?
Well, the egg is mostly being held in the hands, like they're literally carrying it with them, like they're carrying a baby, and they're calling it football. At least call it handball, which is also taken. Next Dawa argument said Catholic s'mores. Jesus isn't God because he said you could swallow a camel. Ezra Gregory, we know Momo liked big seeds. How dare you call the land of Israel Palestine? IP must repent for this insult to the children of Israel.
Yeah, the reason why I constantly say that is because when you read books, they call it Palestine, so it just sort of gets stuck in my head.
Oh, okay. So anything any author says, we'll just roll with that. Thanks for this. Thanks for that powerful life
Quran
lesson.
says that Islam is true, so therefore we should all be Muslims now. Fantastic.
Yep. Good point.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's unfortunately it's a region. It hasn't been a problem until the beginning of this century when the Arabs living there decided that they want to take the name Palestine, which was used for the region, and want to make their own national identity out of it. Interesting stuff. Joy now, entertainment. Please pray for these Muslims. Jesus, remove the darkness from them as poison is drawn from a wound. Holy Spirit, fill them with your truth and light. Amen. I heard hijab and $1 trillion IPO to spite Elon. I heard hijab did $1 trillion IPO to spite Elon. That's funny. Yeah, Elon put SpaceX on the market and has become the first trillionaire ever, while hijab thinks that Elon is concerned with him. Grapes to Jenna. David Wood, AP, IP. Will you do a World Cup stream from the USA versus Turkey game? Unfortunately, I'm sitting with two uncivilized people, so it's probably not going to happen. AP can wear a Turkey jersey. That's never going to happen. So, and David Wood, IP can wear a United States men's national team jersey.
Like how do guys even take your team seriously when you're running around dressed like turkeys? I mean, it's just like you guys are running up and down the field going gobble 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 gobble, and it's like, I mean, how do people just not bust out laughing all day?
I don't know who you're talking to, so I have to ask them. Or Bash Ramirez, hi AP, can you start the stream over my body? Josh just got here. Oh yeah, let's start over. What's up, Josh? The Mule 52. When they asked Aisha for her age, she said puberty. I'll also delete my channel and go back to my old job that sucked the life out of me. Nice. So there you go. Apostate of Allah will also delete your channel if you can prove to us that the Quran says that there is a minimum age of marriage, which is this specific age and which is at puberty. Dawa troll. I will not be a Dawa troll. I'll be a Jew troll. That's true. Truth Christ, perfect, beautiful is just coping, self-soothing mechanism. False display of confidence to mask insecurity and discomfort. They're internally panicking, indeed. GV, Muhammad would have been at home in Aitkin County in northern Minnesota, the home of meth labs and child mothers. Nice. Unique Petsu, unfair game, Undertaker versus 4 kids. Dawa troll, Mr. Mike, when Hitachi said to stay on topic, she meant let her stick to the Dawa script. She wanted to do the Dawa fatality.
Very true. Yes.
Do you guys feel sorry for these Muslims?
No.
You don't? Cruel bastards.
Yeah. Not when they're defending child marriage. You know?
Yeah, and I cry myself to sleep every night.
Right. Speedrunner, you got lucky, IP. If Itachi activated her Sharingan, you would be trapped in an illusion and psychologically tortured in an eternal debate with Junior. Wow, man, that sounds messed up. The Lamb Apologetics. Is this a new record for you, IP? I mean, sitting in a room with 4 PDFs as opposed to just 1 PDF, like Daniel Hikachi.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting if you think about it. Like, this is just how obsessed they are with child marriage. I mean, like, the fact that they defend it is just beyond stupid. But, I mean, they got nothing.
Why you let us marry children? Just let us marry the children.
Ozzy, Moses parted the Red Sea, Ridwan parted his table. Not all prophets are built the same. This is true.
And then they all parted Muhammad's cheeks.
All station. David Wood, when is the next Ortho Live, or are you done with that?
Well, I just recorded a debate challenge to Jay Dyer. We'll see if he accepts the challenge. He said he retired, but someone said, "Oh, he'll still do stuff." He's just
who?
Your buddy Jay Dyer.
Who?
Exactly.
This is for your ladder fund. It's not tables, ladder, and desks. Oh my, WWF reference, LOL, and nothing for Sam ever or David either today. Mr. Mike, thank you for getting these guys cornered. Get him.
Yeah, they are super coping right now. It's pretty hilarious.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, after I fell and broke my desk, I decided to order and buy a ladder. So now I have it. Or a step ladder, whatever it's called. But thank you. I appreciate that. That will help cover it. Cult Wraith. The minimum age in Islam is 9 months. This is true. Ryan Kim. In Naruto, Itachi was a sleeper agent in a terrorist group who was secretly working for the good guys. Is she a secret Christian apologist? Could be. Makes sense.
Could be.
Maybe a good little theory.
For some reason, I never watched Naruto.
Nor have I.
Swella Phils. Just out of curiosity, does Islam condone male child marriages too? I mean, technically, we just never really talk about it. because nobody cares about the boys. The Jews come, and David, why do you never... IP, you talk so much about child marriage. Why do you never talk about the child marriage of boys? What's wrong with
Because it's exceptionally rare.
in your face? The Jews come, man. What do y'all say to the Islamic claim that Allah supposedly abrogated the term father before Muhammad? Ibn Kathir talks about this, I believe. Dude, this would be a good topic for Avery.
Does he? Because Qurtubi said it was never allowed. You're always an unbeliever if you refer to God as father.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, the whole issue is you cannot come to Allah as anything but a slave. So if you look at the New Testament, the way Jesus and Christians are using the term father is to imply more than a slave. So if like someone like Dr. Nasser was correct, we meant it in a completely different way to mean something that didn't mean father. We don't see that. We don't see that anywhere. So they're just making stuff up.
Mo got cornered as well. This is true. Margaret Island, I owe you a thank you. Finally found people to appreciate my Zut jokes in real life. Thanks for the rapid response training. I became accurate like the bed. I'm very happy for you. Michael, Itachi also got white painted nails. Allah will be extremely mad at her.
Yes.
I mean, who knows? She might even have extensions under that cover, which would mean that she's cursed. That's what Muhammad said. Gina from Cologne, they also lied about the Gluckman-Hansen study.
They did, yeah. I pointed that out in the debate. They didn't even get it correctly. They didn't get it correct at all. So, yeah, it was bad.
Hang on, I gotta quickly fix something before we continue here. Oh, you guys can continue. I have to fix something here. All right, I'm back. Okay. Why did you spell Japanese wrong? You smoked them and fell for none of the tricks. Actual data, numbers don't lie. Never mind the moral view. This is true. This is very, very true. Sarah, the eraser of women's voices. Women didn't want it. This is true. Young Koos the Great. What's up, Young Koos the Great? AP, after everything you have gone through, it don't end because of your desk. That would be very funny, man. That would be very, very funny. Islamophobe dead, falling from desk. Anyway, let's finish this.
Medieval maiden says again, yeah, that's the thing. So it was not a normal practice to be marrying a 6-year-old, let alone. This is evil. And if Muhammad is the pattern of conduct, that's setting a bad example. That's going to lead to all sorts of harm, as it has around the world. UNICEF reports high levels of child marriage in North Africa, in the Middle East. This is horrible.
Beautiful.
We are torturing.
Hey, David, read this.
Beautiful.
David, read the super chat.
It's stupid. I was reading Ibn Kathir on father. Anyway, soccer is widely considered one of the most physically demanding sports in the world.
In your face.
Bring these girls. Why would we not want to reject that?
It's so hard smelling the flowers on the field. Oh, look.
Should be outlawed around the world. No one should be getting.
Why are you interrupting it with a completely off-topic thing? I was listening to this guy's rant. Wait.
All sorts of harm, as it has around the world. UNICEF reports high levels of child marriage in North Africa, in the Middle East. This is horrible.
Beautiful.
We are torturing these girls. Why would we not want to reject that and say, yes, child marriage should be outlawed around the world. No one should be getting married around the ages of under the ages of 18. And yes, if you're going to bring up random US states that allow it, I condemn them as well.
Hold on, guys. Did you know that over 80% of people
love his
that watch
ads.
these videos are not subscribed? And that's the best way to support this channel. So let's give the audience a second to subscribe. And if
I agree, subscribe to the channel while you're watching right now. Subscribe right now. Wait, this actually makes me, gives me the idea, considering that, wait, I gotta put this over here, that I haven't actually shared a link to the original video, that I should put this into the description so everybody can go and find in the description the link to the original video that we are reviewing right now. There you go. Find the full debate here. There you go.
If they want to financially support us, they could become a member. All right, now let's get back to the discussion.
The topic is, right, Christianity versus Islam, which one's better for society? So what he's saying to you in regards to Paul appealing to natural law, etc., that's going to be the criteria that we're going by here, right? We're going by Christianity versus Islam. Islam itself doesn't give a particular age, it gives a criteria. Christianity
And I
does,
say that's bad.
one second.
I say that's bad.
Christianity also does the same thing. It doesn't give a particular age. Okay. I think you appeal sometimes to Ezekiel 16. There's also the passage in 1 Corinthians 7, right? Neither of those two gives
Oh
an
my
age.
gosh.
You give a physical.
So IP, the Apostle Paul clearly says appeal to natural law. Why do you not appeal to natural law?
Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely. They keep bringing up that 1 Corinthians 7 passage. Have they even looked?
No.
If it's not talking about a woman. Modern translations point out it's about the passion of the man. They're going on the King James version, which is outdated and old and not even translating it properly. So they don't know what they're talking about.
Physical, or yeah.
Let me address that. Let me address that.
I'm not.
Okay, finish up. I want to address the passages you brought up.
Okay, so I'm not appealing to the passages in particular, by the way. But my point being is that in you saying there's a particular age that we have to go by, etc., well, that age is not something that's going to hold up in regards to society for every single society, as he quoted for you.
Oh my gosh, you shut the hell. Is it bad? Is it harmful? Is it destructive? Yes or no? Without a question, yes, it is. Therefore, do not do it. If you think, oh, well, in our religion, we just don't believe in it, well, then screw your religion and screw you, to be very, very honest. And I think, personally, if everyone was honest enough to admit that, it should be banned and the proponents of it should be locked up.
Yep.
Is there ever going to be a time when things are going to change and these standards will no longer apply and it will no longer be harmful for 9-year-olds to be raped by a 55-year-old man? We don't know. Maybe somehow the circumstances of humanity and the world will develop in some strange ways through some technological developments, and all of these things will change. I don't know. Maybe you will at some point become a lizard person. When that happens, we can then adjust things accordingly. For now, get with the rules based on what does and does not hurt girls, or else shut up. It's that easy.
There's something else like these guys never understand, because Islam is just like rule based until God tells you do this or don't do that. You're in a state of ignorance and you don't know any better. Whereas natural law isn't like that, but also tons of the sort of foundational ethical claims in the New Testament are they're more principle based. It's not here's this rule, it's here's a principle to follow. So let me give a couple principles here and how they would apply here. So Matthew 7 verse 12. So whatever you wish that others would do to you, do also to them, for this is the law and the prophets. In other words, if you're wondering, hey, should I do this? You should actually think, would I want someone doing that to me? So if you're a 54-year-old man and you're like, hey, should I bang this 9-year-old girl? You should be wondering, hey, if I was some 9-year-old prepubescent girl, would I want some creepy old pervert climbing on top of me? No. Okay, then don't do it to others. Philippians 2:4. Let each of you look not only to his own interests, but also to the interests of others. Meaning, I'm really horny. There's a little girl over there. Well, you shouldn't just be thinking about yourself. You should be thinking of other people. Galatians 6:10. So then, as we have opportunity, let us do good to everyone. Okay. Well, is it good? Now that we know how harmful it is to young girls for guys to be banging them, should you do it? No, because you should want to do good to everyone. Anyway, tons of passages like that.
That's true. That's right. I'm curious about one thing, though.
What?
Comment section. I cannot believe these people defend having sex with a 9-year-old.
Oh, is that on Davila's channel?
Yeah. Calling a 5-year-old an adult to justify pedophilia is wild.
Sure is.
So disturbing how actively they defend pedophilia.
Uh-huh.
I can't believe I'm watching 4 adults defend pedophilia.
Yeah.
Godlike, finally. Godlogic, what's up? Hey, you're lurking here in the chat. Why don't you come up? I could have invited you up here, by the way, earlier, if you're still watching, Avery. For heal, they're literally saying a 5-year-old isn't a child. These people are sick.
They're sick.
And this rando comes and says, thanks for having me on. I had a lot of fun with this one.
Not as much fun as Muhammad had with the Zut.
What I understood from this debate, in Islamic countries, child marriages are prevalent. In Islamic countries, wife beating is prevalent. Cousin marriages are prevalent. Violence is prevalent. But Muslims said it is not Islam's fault. These 4 guys defending child marriages. I love this.
This is awesome because people still don't know, man. There's still so many people in the world who don't know, or they think even if you point out something about Muhammad, they'll be like, oh, that was back in the day, though. People don't believe this now. Wrong.
And this here, I completely agree. It's even if the hadith said the Prophet married Aisha at 2 and consummated the marriage at 3, they still would have defended it.
Yep,
100%.
Yeah. This is what these Muslims who were in this debate and their stupid gullible fans don't get. The more they talk about this, the more normal people outside of their echo chamber see this, and the worse they look. This debate is blowing up right now, and more people are seeing how evil Islam is.
That's
so
good.
They don't realize how bad this is when they're stuck in their stupid echo chambers. But look, so many people are now seeing this.
This is an hour and a half of defense of pedophilia. Clickbait title. According to Muhammad, it should state 1 Christian versus 3.5 Muslims.
That's funny.
Because 1 woman is half a man. One convinces.
No, look, I mean, it's one of the things I've been pointing out for years. Dawah used to be geared towards what is convincing to non-Muslims. They're like, what can we say that will help get non-Muslims to become Muslims? Around the time of Muhammad Hijab, so 2018, that's when it just completely shifted to try to keep Muslims confident about their religion so they don't leave Islam in the avalanche of apostasy. And when that happened, it's stuff like this. Yes, child marriage, yeah. And so they focused on convincing Muslims with really stupid arguments, but they still don't, they haven't caught on. Do you have any idea how this looks to people outside your religion when you guys spend all this time and effort defending sex with little kids? Do you seriously not realize what that looks like to everyone else? And these people see it.
I have an idea. I mean, for everybody whoever debates the topic of Islam with anybody, and I would be happy with Muslims hearing this. No issue at all. A strategy in mind should be to, as soon as possible, bring the topic to child marriage, so that we can have a very, very honest conversation for everybody who is tuning in to hear it immediately and to listen to that discussion about child marriage, and to not let go of it by just hand waving and explaining it away, but sticking to it and explaining it, discussing it, not allowing the Muslims to just move on from it, not allowing them, or even allowing the Muslims to refuse to talk about it, and then to point out how messed up it is and how crazy it is that they actually refuse to talk about it. And we know exactly why they refuse to talk about it, because it is such a damning topic, and we should be bringing it up everywhere and every time. Whenever Islam comes up, the topic should come up. It already does come up most of the time, especially when people like IP and others argue, but it should always come up so that everyone can hear that Islam is a religion of pedophilia. Everyone should hear it.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I even went to the most recent comments just to make sure that people weren't just making these the most popular by liking them. And nope, it's the same thing among the newest comments.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, keep talking about this. The worse Islam is going to look. They have no idea how much they are helping us. And
hang on, I found a negative one that said, "Why is the Christian so angry?" Like, what? He's got 4 people in front of him defending child marriage.
I don't know. Yeah.
Beautiful. What's up, Ish?
Yeah.
In this video, Muslims argue that 9-year-olds are not children.
You can't make this stuff up how stupid this is. I mean, how evil it is.
No,
And this is what Islam
This
is.
is good though that they're being exposed. I mean, you've got these guys. Wow, we did a great job defending child marriage. The whole world is now going to convert to Islam once they see this. No.
No, it's time to stop being so weak. We have to proudly acknowledge that we are pedophiles. We have to proudly acknowledge and proudly say, yes, it's good to marry children. This will show them. This will make us look strong, and people want to convert to Islam.
Good job, man. Keep going. Keep going, guys. Keep going.
Very powerful.
Very good strategy. Anyway, is there anything else you want to look at that, or do you want to continue with the next? What else did you argue in this debate with these pedophiles?
We kept going on for child marriage for a little while, and then we moved on, I think, to cousin marriage or spousal abuse, because there was a bunch of topics I hit on, and they conceded completely on cousin marriage for sure. They tried to turn wife beating around because they're like, but there's more alcohol consumption in the West and in the Islamic world, and alcohol consumption leads to spousal abuse. And I'm like, well, studies have compared Western cultures and communities with Muslim communities, and there's more spousal abuse in the Muslim community. So drunk Westerners are actually abusing their spouses less than sober Muslims, basically.
Hey, I have to go check on something. I heard a loud thump, and I hear my youngest screaming, so I just want to make sure he didn't like crack his head open or something like that. Be right back.
Yeah, sure.
Go. I like it when IP
I'm
gets.
guessing he pulled it an AP and tried standing on something. And
probably.
Dude, take care of your child. He just
gotta
wants
get
to
a
get
joke in, of course. I know my child is screaming, but I gotta lay in this joke right here.
I gotta say this funny thing here. Somebody's dying right now, but hey, I got something funny to say. I like it when IP gets riled up. Me too, but not in the Zut sense. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I'm surprised you aren't aroused by the font and name on Itachi's mask, IP. Not to mention the kimono and white nails. Very haram.
Very haram. Yes.
Let's see.
Hey,
but it does look a little
real
bit.
Quick. Move me up. People can't see me. There's a super chat. There we go. Perfect. All right. Good.
Well, let me remove this guy from.
Good. Good idea.
Until he comes back. This is true. I mean, when you look at her. Let's see. Yeah. She looks very, very enticing. Look at that.
Looks like a freaking weird ninja, man.
The way she's dressing, the font that she put on, the necklace that she's wearing, the dress and all that. Look at this.
She's wearing a mask that says weasel. I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
But she's wearing brand stuff. It's very, very interesting. And the outfit. I mean, I'm personally very enticed by that.
That's pretty messed up. But people will take you seriously now because they don't understand jokes.
I just want somebody to make a clip of that and go, man. Ida Raguzi, what's up, Ido? AP, the cross you have behind you looks beautiful. What is that made from? Wood? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This here is actually a Coptic style cross.
Oh, nice.
It's from a Coptic church. It's beautiful. I love it, which is why I like having it around. But yeah, it's wooden. From Archangel Coptic Icons. Coptic Orthodox gift shop. Beautiful. Let me put it back. I hate when they say no one had a problem with Muhammad Aisha until now. IP was on point. He said no one had hadith access until now. This is true.
Yeah, we're not finding out that's not entirely true, though. I mean, we're finding actual pre-modern sources that critique this. So yeah, doesn't even work now. So they have to stop using that stupid argument.
Nice.
It's kind of stupid. They didn't even look. And they just said, no one ever critiqued this. Shows you how little research they done. We start looking and we're finding stuff. IP's lost again. Very true. IP.
Where's IP from? Rural South Man Energy.
No, I'm from Pittsburgh.
You're from Pittsburgh?
Yeah. Try to Pittsburgh.
Nice. Do you speak Dutch?
No. Why would I speak Dutch? No one speaks
I thought-
Dutch in Pittsburgh.
I thought everybody in Pennsylvania speaks Dutch. So-
No, they're all a bunch of Ukrainian Catholics.
Oh, then just the
There's a
Amish.
bunch of you. A bunch of yeah. You're thinking of the other side of the state. Pittsburgh is a bunch of Catholics, Ukrainians, white people, basically. That are
Okay, so all secret Dutch people. Mike, all jokes aside, I got handed to you. I don't know how you stayed in that chair, or it got handed to you. God bless you. Yes, I got it handed to you. Okay, now I get it. Yeah. Okay, good. No, you did do a good job in keeping a composure in front of this messed up
evil people. Yes,
I would have probably not been quite as nice and patient with them.
So disgusting.
Heroes Workshop, the US Super Hand Egg Championships. It's feet ball. You use both feet.
That's true. You run on them. Therefore, it's football.
It's football. The White Trash Panda. What's up, White Trash Panda? It's good to see you. AP, are you aware a rugby ball is egg shaped? Yes, you're aware. Well, then it's not a ball. It's an egg. We're talking about football. Irish Maze, most popular sport in Muslim countries. Checkmate, AP. No, in the world. What's up, Ash? Kettlebell hermit. Something like that. But thank you. GV, American football is for inbreds, just like NASCAR. Soccer is for real men. American football, only 1 minute of action. Soccer is non-stop action. This is true, but call it football, as it's really called. Tatum, IP destroyed Sid from Ice Age and Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Can't wait for the next Brian DeVilla show of Christian apologetics in the DC multiverse. Hey, they do look like that. That's funny. I don't know if you're aware. So, like Sid and Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. It's pretty good. Opgam. Someone cut AP. Do you feel bad for Muslims? David Wood and IP's reaction. No, I cry myself to sleep every night. I'm crying. It's very good. That was very good. Americans, get a leather egg, get roided, get padded to play a game of 2 minutes around a lip-synced cabaret show, name the cup after an owl, and call it a sport. The next day, all they talk about is the ads. This is literally, I mean, every single American sport is just some weird stuff. You look at baseball, it's like for hours, there's nothing happening there. There's some guy sitting over there. Then finally somebody hits something, then somebody runs, and then that's it. Then they wait again for hours. How is that sport? I don't understand. Tyrone McGregor, do you think any of the early fathers thought apologetics could devolve into an angry Celtic man berating an Arab woman in bathrobes over child marriage?
Wait a minute. This is an amazing super chat. Not apology. Yeah, well, I think they would have appreciated it, to be honest. I mean, they didn't hold back against heretics, and they were very keen on protecting children. The early Christians were very keen on that. So, as John Martin's pointed out, they invented new words to attack pedophilia in the ancient world. So, I mean, yeah, I think they'd appreciate it. I love this.
Nice. Yeah, I love it. Michael Barr, Cheech and Chong. I like my women how I like my whiskey. 12 years old. Cheech and Chong have higher morality. Crazy. This is true. They have higher morality than Islam. The eye is the lamp of the body, says Nordine. It works best with brown eyes. You can easily tell when it has gone dark. Sometimes it changes color in real time. Okay, Nordine. Okay. Jackass Ahmad, perhaps Allah caused structural corruption in your desk. This is true.
Very true.
It's because demons, that's why.
That's
says demons are real. It's because that's why. Yes, yeah. If a Muslim beats his wife, is it wife beating or child abuse?
Yes.
Yes, with cousin abuse.
It's true. All of those are being abused, yes.
Natural Farmer Gwyneth. Hubby was pro soccer player. Team foosball here. Wonderful. Football is the best. Kit Kat, AP's #1 fan. Hey, yeah, you continue to tell them, Mr. Mike, you do a great job.
Thank you.
You got the approval of Kit Kat AP's #1 fan, so you did a good job there.
Just remember, if you go through the whole debate, they never present anything to show that Islam is better. When they try in the debate, I flip it on them and show them that's actually a problem for Islam. So that's how bad they did. They couldn't even present anything to show that Islam was superior.
Let's check on David. He's still gone.
Yeah. I hope his kid's okay. No,
I hope so too.
He's been gone for a while.
I'm going to message him and ask if everything is all right.
That's probably good, yeah.
Everything all right.
Mm-hmm.
I hear noises. Everything all right.
He muted himself, so we can't hear anything. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's true. That was probably noises from you. Because you're making noises. I don't know what you're doing there. Yeah, there he is.
What's wrong? Everything okay? Everyone's worried.
No injury. The loud bang was a door slamming and a little tantrum.
Oh, okay.
It was a little freak out from an 8-year-old.
Nice. Wonderful.
That's an adult. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yes, he's old enough to be a grandfather. He's 8.
Anyway, I would actually normally go longer, but I'm going to cut it short this time today because I'm really in pain and I need to lie down a little bit.
All right.
And also because I need to watch football. The World Cup is going on. It's very important.
Pretty lame.
Is there anything else you guys want to say?
No, I mean, I'm going to review more of this on my channel Monday. You guys are welcome to 10, but
Christianity is based.
I'll probably, so the first point was child marriage and the second point was wife beating or cousin marriage or something.
Yeah, one of the two. I forget which one we transitioned to, and the last one was just general violence.
I go live on my channel tomorrow, so I'll probably cover whatever comes next. And then on your channel on Monday, you can cover whatever comes after that.
Sounds good. And
then if we end up doing 1 point per show, supposed to be with Chris Claus over on his channel on Tuesday. We should all just jump on Chris Claus's channel for 0.4 and let him blow up.
If you want someone to blow up, man, what the heck's wrong with you?
Yes, you see, this is the 4th point. Islam promotes blowing up stuff.
All right, then. So tomorrow live on David's channel, Monday live on IP's channel, and so on and so forth. And yes, thanks everybody for being here. IP as always did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
IP, yeah, 5th bump.
Oh, it's hey, I'm looking at the chat. People were actually worried. That's funny.
Yeah.
People saying, "Pray for his son."
Why do you have a Mossad tattoo on your arm, man?
Huh?
Why does IP have a Mossad tattoo on his arm?
Yes, why are you doing that? You literally have a Mossad tattoo.
I do. I also have a Greek secret society tattoo, I guess. I don't know.
What?
Old and New Testament.
He's a secret ortho, bro.
Lozire, actually, it would be a secret ortho, bro, if you had Russian on your arm. Lozire, as we close, can I just ask everyone to pray for PayPal? All right. Thanks everybody for watching. The Muslims did a terrible job. IP did a fantastic job. And also, don't rape children.
Yes.
We'll see you all soon. Have a fantastic and good and wonderful evening and day and night. And God bless y'all. And see y'all again soon.
See you.
Inshallah.
Stay away from Islam.
Stay away from Islam.
Stay away from Islam. Stay away from Islam.
Stay away from Islam.
Stay away from Islam. Stay away from Islam. Stay away from Islam.
Stay away from Islam.
Stay away from Islam. Stay away from Islam. Stay away from Islam. Stay away from Islam.